So good
Okay.
morning or good afternoon. I don't know. So what is your name?
My name is Yusad Al Hindi. That's
Okay, where are you
USAID.
from, and how are you? How old are you?
I'm from Saudi Arabia. I'm 24 years old.
The first question, like principal, is how is your culture and how do you define your culture?
Okay, I'm gonna define my culture with the way, like, I think any person from any culture would kinda get, which is basically that um, it's a society or community focused society. Like many family in big families would know each other and would know other big families. Um, so yeah, the whole like country and all the cities in them have this model of living, which is families living with other families and knowing each other and kinda staying there their whole life. But most people don't want more money, like really don't want money. They just want their to be with their families in their community and society. So with that, I think that that makes many things with it. That brings a lot of things. Like you would see that the society is strict in a way because like everyone knows everyone. So to some point, what you do is watched and known. Even like even if it's a big city, you would be worried. So the society itself stops people from being different more than the law. It's a really nice place, but it's heavily influenced by this idea that you know someone, like you have a family or friends that through them you will know the others.
Okay, I have another question about maybe your culture.
Go ahead.
Can you marry a woman who is from another culture or another, yeah, like country or religion?
Yeah, as I said, like many rules or laws, like whether Islamically or because of like Saudi rules, they're not what stops people. Like you can get married. Actually, they love mixing, getting Arabs and not necessarily just Saudis, Arabs in general. From what I know, they like the idea of mixing, but it's okay, more than okay. Like some people would even consider it like an accomplishment to find someone like from another country. Like oh, but the biggest problem is the society, like the person's family or friends. Friends, okay, but family wouldn't be okay with it.
Now you're living in Occident and you maybe
Yeah.
have a girlfriend and a relation. It's a normal relation, or maybe do you have some restriction or some things that you can't do it, or it's totally free?
Okay. Humans do everything. So, like, it doesn't matter if it's forbidden or not. Like, if it's, like I would say that not as many people, like guys and girls, have sex, but there are a good amount, like a normal amount, in my opinion. Not as many as other cultures, definitely, significantly less. Like, okay, to give you an idea how I think the situation is, and I'm sorry about the words I'm gonna use. Like the type of people, girls or guys, who would do a one night stand or like players or have sex with so many people. Let's say they're like 5% in any culture. In Saudi Arabia, I would say 10%. But the 90 and like people who date and make out are 20%, and some people do date and do nothing, like some no sex Like they would do everything but no sex. Some would do not even like second base. But many people, and I find it strange, but yeah, many people would do long distance relationship, or sometimes the guy wouldn't see the girl. It's not common right now as it was before, but it still happens. Problem. And right now, it's not so much forbidden by a law. Like it's not as strict as it was before. Um, like a big uh, a big part, if you want to learn about the culture, this might you be interested in, is religious police, which is I find as one of the most interesting things in life. Religious police, the concept. So the religious police have been like disbanded, or like they canceled them about 2 or 3, 4 years ago, or less, even, yeah, even less. But before then, if a guy had long hair, he might be stopped in the street and his hair shaven. That happened to my cousin next to me, and I was wearing a t-shirt that had like just a stop sign with an English word and two English words, but they didn't know what they were, so they said like you're wearing something wrong, or like offending Saudis. And so yeah, like it was a really different situation before with the religious police. They were strict, but all of that is before, and now the situation is almost 180 degrees different.
About that, like about your girlfriends and all of that, did you have a relationship with an other girl like in another culture, like you feel good, you feel like free, like
Okay,
because you were in another country, so
I was in kindergarten. We were only allowed to be mixed, like guys and girls, till kindergarten, and then primary school. No, but now they're doing that till I think the 6th grade. They're mixed schools, and the separation between men and women in schools and in the workplace and in life, the way it was, or kinda it is in Saudi Arabia, it's not the same anymore. Like a big part about the culture is that it changes with the time. Is like more modern. No, it's not so different to me too. Like yeah, no matter how free and open-minded you are in Saudi Arabia, like even if the guy and the girl, the society just doesn't accept everything. So being with a girl from a different country and culture, when I was in a different country and culture than mine, honestly, to me, it felt natural.
I know that the culture there is changing up, is having a massive change with the globalization, the new politics, the change of government,
Mm.
and maybe how do you see your culture in Saudi Arabia in, I don't know, 10 years? You see this in the same place or maybe totally different?
3 years ago, I would have told you that same place. I would see them in the same place. But the changes that happened in the past 3 years are huge. Are huge. To like to give you an idea of like the change I'm talking about. Before, our music concerts, they weren't music concerts. They were just like, I don't know, a guy or someone coming to sing on a stage. But it was like separated down the middle, woman on the right, men on the left. And while there was some uh, like talking and singing, before it was really formal. Like even if it's a song and like people are meant to be dancing, but they would go with their like white dress, the guys with their white dresses and that red everything. They would go formal. But now, like last year, I went to a concert that was mixed. I've seen all the drugs I could think of, alcohol. So, and it's very different. So by 2030, they believe that there will be a huge, significant change in Saudi Arabia, similar to how UAE or Dubai is. There are many, if you can look up now, I think you can, but there are many, they're opening beaches in like specific areas in Saudi Arabia that we've never seen before. And they're making it like specifically for tourism. So I actually am hopeful that good changes will come from the law and stuff, and society is and will get even more better and more flexible and more human.
So
Yeah,
you
go
think like
ahead.
your country is going to be like similar like the other countries, or not?
Close. Yeah,
Okay.
I think it is a developing country, and I didn't believe in them,
Mhm.
but they made me believe in them a little bit. Yeah, I think it's gonna be an advanced country. Yeah.
What do you miss about your culture or about your country? What do you miss?
In this moment, the answer is very different than what do I miss about my culture. The
Okay.
food, the
Okay.
food. In my opinion, yeah, the thing I miss the most is the people. Not all of them, but just the good ones. And
I
definitely the food. I cannot stress how good the food was compared to this European food.
Okay.
Yeah.
could mention how is the fast and why, and I don't know, some things about that.
My pleasure. My pleasure. All right. So yeah, fasting is basically it's a month in the moon year, Hijri year. You might have heard of it, Ramadan. Ramadan. Um, and we fast for 30 or 90 days from sunrise to sunset. No eating or drinking during Ramadan this month. Like it's mainly to remember the poor people who don't have food. Look how they say, and you're encouraged to give more food as much as you can. Also, there's something in Islam, like maybe this is an extra tip, but Islam is basically like five main things: praying, the normal praying we do 5 times a day, and the fasting, and money we take out each year like a donation. The idea is that if you have the same amount of money for a year, like 10,000, and after a year it was still 10,000, you have to give 2.5% for poor people who deserve it. So most people would do this zakah, like this donation, during this month, Ramadan, because it's good. Many people are poor, and even the poor people in this month are not poor. Like in every city, everywhere, even during Corona now, but it's less now. But they have open at breaking the fast when the sun sets, like when everyone is supposed to eat, like almost everyone can have free food. Like there are many places at the mosque, at the masjid or mosques we have, um, all of them at this month are full of like meals and food at sunset. The fasting is to remember the poor and to try to be in control of your emotions and thoughts. Like if you're controlling your desires for eating, and so it's fasting from three things mainly: eating, drinking, and sex. from sunrise till sunset. And it's partially to remember the poor, also to control your lust. Yeah, any kind of life, not life, but any kind of lust. What they're called, the Ten Commandments.
I heard one time that in Ramadan you maybe you could say a bad word, you couldn't think in sex, you couldn't think in beer, anything. Yeah.
So those are, yes, the main things, but yeah, it is said that there are many good things for it, and the main thing is the remembering the poor in Islam, and I think in all religions. But honestly, I've seen this in Islam a little bit more. Um, they would have like the same thing until you, like the prayer. The prayer, what's important in it is like maybe 3 or 4 phrases, what counts as a prayer. But you can say a lot of things during it, before it, after it, that like more good deeds. So most people would do the good deeds and say that it's part of it all.
Thank you so much, Said, about to tell us about your culture, about the different things that you like maybe live, or like. So thank you so much. I don't know,
You're
Michael,
most
if you
welcome. Yes, thank
like.
you, Michael, too.
No, it's only to thank you to you because you take the time, and I know that
No, it's okay.
is late there, and thank you for that, and thank you for explaining your ideas, your opinions, and explain us a little bit more about your religion, your culture.